we are, another Tap to the Tempo Tuesday. Top of the morning to ya. We're here today. It's quite a nice day. It's supposed to get cloudy and possibly rain later. Clouds are starting to roll in, but right now it's pretty nice first thing in the morning before the day starts to get crazy. It's a little muggy, but we're out on a walk today. Usually we do these walk and talk Wednesdays, but today we're doing it today on Tap to the Tempo Tuesday, just to change it up a little bit. You know, sometimes on here we talk about what's going on with the weather and try to apply it to everyday life and how we can overcome challenges. Other times we feature different fun percussion instruments and just instruments in general. I've been doing a whole homemade series on YouTube Shorts that I think I'll probably get into over the next week or so. Just do a session in the studio, if you will, and sort of do a little showcase on these homemade instruments I've been making, which have been pretty cool. Some stuff I've looked up online, some stuff I just kind of come up with on my own. At any rate, it's been a lot of fun to basically do these arts and crafts projects, but use them as legitimate musical instruments and stuff that you could just find around the house. Most people have these in the house, so then you're not having to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff, and making music in a very unique way with household objects and stuff that's in the yard. At any rate, today we're going to talk about a little bit of a challenge. What am I wearing around my chest? It's not a book bag. It is a weighted vest. It's sort of nice. It buckles around the waist, the midline section. So it gives my upper body an extra little bit of a challenge for walking. You know, try to make it a little bit of a challenge, because you're never going to build muscle if you don't. You're never going to be able to have that sort of longevity working through pain. Sometimes we have to. Sometimes we're literally running uphill or biking uphill or walking uphill. And then there's that metaphorical idea of walking or running uphill. Sometimes we feel like Sisyphus pushing the big boulder up for it to just fall back down and we start over again. So it's about making things a little bit challenging, because if they're not, you're never going to grow. You're never going to grow physically. You're never going to grow mentally, emotionally, psychologically. And that's where the real stuff in life is having to deal with situations and problems that come our way, which aren't ideal, which are a little less than ideal, aren't perfect, right? Because life isn't perfect. Things that come our way that are unplanned, because that's pretty much what life is. Life is, to me, a great improvisation, and that's why music has been so important in my life and a lot of people's lives, is because a lot of it is improv. Yes, you have to look at a music sheet and you can follow along to the tempo and all the musical notes, but you got to leave room for, oops, someone made a mistake. How do we go? How do we move forward from there? Because things aren't perfect, and that's okay. But we can use these times like this, where nothing is crazy happening right now, just on a walk, beautiful, breathing the air, seeing the sunrise, maybe some birds and crickets in the background, and the sound of my feet going on the ground for that rhythmic beat. You know, inside of our bodies, we all have heartbeats too, right? And so if people have come and said to me, I don't have any music ability, I don't have any rhythm. Yes, you do. You have a heartbeat. And if it's beating normally, it's 60 beats per minute. And twice that amount is what most dance music is based at, 120 beats per minute. But I digress. Make things challenging when things don't have to be challenging. That way, when something is a real challenge, you'll be able to get through it, get over that hump, and it won't be such a burden. It won't be such a, oh my gosh, freak out moment. Okay, my favorite band, says Ward Grundy. Asks, I don't even have a favorite band. You know, I wish I could tell you my favorite band. I can give maybe like a top 5 of bands that have really influenced me a lot over the years, if that would be cool. So one of them is Dashboard Confessional. Chris Carrabba gave me the courage to kind of go up on stage and write my own songs and play my own songs. I saw him doing it, and I was at a very impressionable age when he was starting to come around. I really like the Goo Goo Dolls. They've had a big influence on my writing and how you incorporate strings into popular music with some of their songs. Mercy Me is another great band. We the Kingdom. These are 2 like Christian bands that have had a big impact on me. I also really enjoy a band like U2. They have a lot of atmospheric type of stuff going on with their music. And even Third Eye Blind, which has been really helpful to me in piecing songs together and kind of blending genres. So I try to pick from all of these different areas and different musicians and artists. But of course, there's so many other ones that exist out there too. So it's just kind of like a top 5 right there. I don't even know if that would be exactly my top 5, but definitely would fall in the top 10, all of those 5 acts. If I really had a chance to think deeply about it, I'd be able to give up some more. It's the old saying, is the old saying true that affects things? I don't even know what that means. Yeah, with an exclamation point. You mean nice guys finish last? Is that what you mean? It's okay to be a nice person and be kind, right? Yeah, I don't think that's always the case, though. I think as we develop more as human beings and we learn more about the human psyche and how to treat one another, which is like the age-old golden rule, is if you treat others the way you want to be treated, life will be good. Things will prosper. There'd be less war. If we all just listen to one another more, there'd be no room for war. There'd be no yelling over top one another. It would just be a lot of peace, understanding, passion. I don't know. So I would say nice guys finish first, in my opinion. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. I wish that I could give a better answer on my favorite artist. It's hard to kind of pinpoint sometimes because I pull from a lot of different artists. Yeah, let's hear a fun fact, Bonky. Hello from Nigeria, says George Floyd. Favorite classical piece. Ooh. Let's hear those fun facts. I like those fun facts. Let's see. Favorite classical piece from Ward Grundy. What's my favorite classical piece? I mean, I'm a pretty standard dude, I feel like, when it comes to classical pieces, and so I really like Ode to Joy because it's like pretty triumphant, and there's been words written to it, which is pretty sweet. It's very simple to play. So also coming from a teacher point of view, like I spend time with adults and children who have special needs, it's more of a song they might be able to get because they've heard it before. And I could try to break it down into simpler terms for them to understand and be able to play and replicate in real time. So I like Ode to Joy a lot, just for that. I mean, I don't know if you consider Amazing Grace sort of like a classical piece. I wouldn't really, but it could fall into that vein. I love that song, Amazing Grace, because it's just powerful, and sort of the backstory behind how that song came about is really inspiring. A former slave trade or slave owner wrote that song because he realized, oh my gosh, slavery's bad. I should not be doing this. And he had a major conversion, and that song came about from that. But I mean, that song was written in the 1700s. It's not really a classical piece, but maybe you could finagle it into that. All right, Bonky says, in 1930, 1940, the most said sentence is hail and not racist, so no offense to George Washington. No offense if you were sorry. Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty interesting and startling sentence there. Most said sentence. I mean, I don't know. That's interesting to sort of see that here. Most said sentence. I wonder what the most said sentence is right now in the 2020s. I just feel like something the Beatles said a long time ago should be the most said sentence. They put it in a song, all you need is love. That should be what it is. It's very simple but profound. Yeah, I'm a fan of Queens of the Stone Age are awesome. I also enjoy them because I know Dave Grohl has helped on drums. I'm a big Dave Grohl fan. He's been in some iconic bands and just seems to be able to collaborate with so many different people, and he's made a great career for himself after being the drummer of Nirvana. Well, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm going to get going. It's great having this conversation. I appreciate the back and forth. Try to answer as many questions as I can. We always come here on Tuesday mornings where I am on the East Coast of the United States around this time to do a Tap to the Tempo Tuesday and always talk a little bit about something going on in the world, or just like today, I got my weighted vest on, try to do things challenging when they don't have to be challenging. So when something really big and challenging comes your way, it won't be such a hassle. It won't be such a burden. You'll have practiced this muscle of being able to do hard things. Walk with a weighted vest. You never know. You build some upper body strength and some mental strength. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.